So in today's video, we're gonna help you improving your dribbling by making it more natural. And I know there are a gazillion videos out there on this channel, on the internet, that basically teaches you a lot of cool skills that work really well. But if you're anything like me, in a match, honestly, I don't do that many cool skills. I more dribble on instinct. Based on the situation, I do a lot of little touches and body feints. In other words, I do what feels natural in the situation. And that's what we want to help you with, improving your dribbling by making it more natural to you. So in a match, instead of thinking about dribbling, you just do it. So let's get started. And the first thing I want you to focus on that's important is how you run. You don't run like that. No, I want you to focus on running on your toes, so basically the front part of your foot. Because not only does this make you a bit more ready, and you already kind of have that spring in your step, but it also makes you a bit more agile because it's easier to react if something comes at you, an opponent comes at you, because you're already on your toes. And also, I want you to focus on looking up. I don't mean taking your eye completely off the ball because that makes things semi-difficult when it comes to dribbling. But instead of just looking down on the ball, I want you to look a little bit up, meaning that you can still see the ball out of your peripheral vision. You can still see what's in front of you, and you can also kind of see in the periphery what's going on here. So it gives you a little bit more of an idea of what is happening. And the very easiest way to train this, getting on your toes, is basically just setting up a couple of cones and then just start running around, making little dribblings here. And as you can see, I'm not looking down on the ball, I'm actually looking a bit up here. Just focus, a little bit of dribbling, both feet of course. Boom, 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 round the cones and look up. And then eventually, if you want, you can add some obstacles, but that's what it's all about. Focus on running on your toes, get this, okay? And then we come to what is probably the most important aspect of naturalizing your dribbling. That is ball mastery, which, as the name implies, is the ability to manipulate the ball quickly and closely in a very small space while remaining in full control. And the king of ball mastery, obviously, is 7MLC. I mean, the guy is a joke with the ball at his feet. He's made a lot of videos on drills that you can do to improve your ball mastery. You can find them in the playlist right up here. But essentially, ball mastery is training, repeating little drills that helps you always manipulate the ball with different parts of your foot, meaning that when you're in a match situation and a defender comes at you, your brain just has a lot of different tools to start dribbling around the defender, no matter the situation. It's preparing your brain for being able to control and manipulate the ball no matter what you have to do. And the best way to do that could be to set up a line of cones or rolled up socks or whatever you want, and then find some drills that you can do to basically improve your ball mastery. It could be this, it's always good. You can find one where you have to roll the ball through the cones with the sole of your foot. And essentially, it's all about getting a lot of variation and also focusing on repetition with both feet. And that also means that when you feel you're getting pretty good at it, do it 10 more times to make sure that there's absolutely no room for error. Your brain just understands. And it might be boring repetition, but it works. Now, another thing that's a good idea to naturalize is body feints, which is one of the simplest but also most effective ways to beat a defender. And I know it's kind of hard to really train the body feint to perfection because ideally you need a human being to actually feint, but you can still train your brain into having, again, all these little tools to body feint the defender no matter the situation. So whether that's throwing like a drop of the shoulder or making a little wiggle with the foot going around or throwing a Frenkie de Jong, whatever. You just want to basically train your brain to moving at a defender, body feinting, and then exploding away. And it doesn't matter if it's like running against a defender, wiggle, or if it's having a different match-like situation where you come up, throw a body feint back and then out. You just want to put yourself in as many different situations as possible. So again, when the moment comes in the match, you don't think, you just do. And the last thing I want to touch on is speed, because once you've done and gotten really good at the stuff I've just talked about, and you have done your 10, 20 repetitions again and again and again, you can think about increasing the speed. Because it's all good that you can do all of these things at a slow pace in a training setting, but let's be honest here, guys and girls, that's not necessarily going to help you all that much in a match situation. Here, you need speed. You need to execute the dribble at a quick pace. It needs to be sharp, it needs to be snappy, and then you need to explode into the empty space behind the defender and move on. It needs to happen at a good pace. And the beautiful thing about speed is that you might be great at dribbling at speed, you might be super quick, but you can always get that little bit faster. So even good dribblers, there's no excuse to not do this. Okay? Listen to your Uncle Jay. Spitting life facts here. In other words, guys and girls, the grind never stops. And you can always find an excuse to whip out the ball, train your dribbling to make it more instinctive and more natural. Plus, of course, it helps you stay sharp. But are there any other tips on how to make your dribbling more natural? Well, you can leave them in the comment section right down below. Then, of course, also remember that if you need new football boots, like the Skechers Racers that I'm wearing in this video, you can buy them in the link to Unisport right over there. Of course, if you're new to the channel, you want to join one of the biggest and best football families on YouTube, subscribe with the notifications on. And if you want to learn how to improve as a footballer, the playlist right down there is amazing. And with those words, I'll be signing off. Cheerio!